Good afternoon, friends, comrades, humans, aliens, ghosts. It's Halloween. You could be here. You never know. Welcome to Fox's Best Laid Plans, the planner channel that would like to just fucking catch a break. Please. Thank you. Life. Last week. Okay, right? So, yeah. This didn't happen. The dentist got canceled. It's a long fucking story. This didn't even enter my world. You know, things happened. We did watch movies Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and a double feature on Sunday. We didn't watch on Wednesday because that was the debate, and actually I should put a sticker in there for that so I remember. I'll put it on here that I don't remember what I put so for. My wine and popcorn journey is not going according to plan. I did do popcorn on Sunday night. I got this like garlic flake sampler, like 3 kinds of garlic. Like one is a powder, and then there's regular garlic flakes, and then roasted garlic flakes that I got at the Finger Lakes when we were up there in August. So I used one of those. It was pretty good. It needed a little bit of salt, and then I think I put too much salt, so you know, that's how it goes. But yeah, I did get some CEs done, yay, right, cool. So we'll move on to this week, where we're trying to find reasons to smile. Not the week for that, but I appreciate the thought. It's the week of Monday, October 12th through Sunday, October 18th. It is actually today, Tuesday, because I'll get there. All right, so we're starting with this kit, right? Just emotionally prepare yourself to look at this kit because it's a whole mood right now. So this kit is from Tralala Stickers, and it's cute as absolute everything, but it's curly. Remember last week and I was bitching because I think my silhouette mat, if you don't use a silhouette or a Cricut, you have a cutting mat. All right, I'll show you what it looks like. This is your cutting mat here, and what you do is whenever you're ready to, you print your thing and then you place it on here, and then it has these little like rulers and then these little marks, and that teaches the cutting machine how to make your cuts. And that's why these are like already cut out, you know? So anyway, it's sticky. And I've been using the same one since I got my machine like 2 years ago. And I was like, oh, it's really starting to get to the end. It's like not holding the paper, so I got new ones. It's too sticky. I had these under books overnight to like flatten them, and it's like a whole situation. So, all right, let's start planning. And I'm gonna tell you about the crisis that is my life. Do I tell you that every week? The crisis that is my life. So yesterday, I had like all kinds of plans yesterday and today. Right, so back up a minute. Last weekend, we were supposed to go over to my parents' house. We were supposed to go over on Saturday, and we were just gonna spend like one night. My dad finished his 3rd cycle of chemo on Thursday. We wanted to give him like a day to recover. Well, he wasn't feeling good. He didn't feel good all weekend. It was really bad. He was nauseous. He was like throwing up. He was having a hard time eating because he was nauseous, and he had this like killer headache. So we're like, we ended up not going over, so we weren't gonna go over, and we're like, okay, you know, whatever, but he was starting to feel a little better, up and down. Well, he has his visiting nurse comes and they do blood work every week on Mondays. So she came yesterday, and he was telling her all his symptoms and how he was feeling. She does the blood work, and his sodium was like basically non-existent. Like, it was really, really bad. So oncologist called and was like, hey, you've got to take him into the ER because he's got to get fluids. And we're like, okay, easy fix. Well, then I get a phone call from my mom, and she's like, once they got to the ER, she's like, they want to keep him just as a precaution because it's so low. When you're that low on your sodium, it puts you at risk for seizure. And since he was having the headaches and having all this nausea, and I'm never going to fucking say nausea right. I said nausea. He was having headaches, and he was having nausea with it, and yeah. So they didn't want to take any chances. They were like, we're going to admit him. So he was like bummed AF. So last night, my mom calls and tells me, and I said, well, do you want us to come stay with you? And she's like, well, if you don't mind, which is like mom code for please do. So we did. So we went over there. So she's like, can you run to the house and get some stuff for your dad? Because he didn't realize he was going to be staying. I'm like, okay. So I go over and get his like jammies and his phone charger, etc. And I texted her from the parking lot, and I'm like, hey, Mom, I'm here. If you want to come out and meet me, because, you know, I can't go in because they're limiting to one person. So she doesn't respond and then comes running out and she looks like she's fucking seen a ghost. And I'm like, what? We have to emotionally prepare ourselves. It's gonna be really bad news. I'm like, oh fuck, he just had like a great, awesome, amazing oncology appointment last week, right before the chemo started. Felt good through the first day of chemo, felt decent through the second day, and it was only till the third day he started feeling bad. She's like, oh God. I'm like, okay. She's like, we're waiting on blood work, and the nurse came in and was like, well, you'll have to wait till the doctor comes in. And you know, that's like, that never sounds good, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm texting with my friend. I'm like, hey, this is what's going on with my dad. I don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. So I sit down in the car. I told my mom, like, you know, I'm gonna go back to your house. I'll see you there. She was waiting for him to get a room from the ER. So I'm like, okay, I'll see you when you're there. So then I sit down in the car. I'm like, putting my thoughts together, putting on my Rent. I've been listening to Rent obsessively ever since my dad got diagnosed because it's just been, I don't know, helping me cope, I guess. Rent is one of my top 3 favorite musicals. So I've been listening to Rent. So I'm sitting there and I like put soundtrack on. I'm like putting my thoughts together, texting husband like, hey, we don't have results yet, but it doesn't sound good. And my mom calls me and I'm like, oh fuck. She's like, I want to put the doctor on with you. I'm like, okay. And the doctor's like, hey, everything's okay. I'm sorry we made you worry. I'm like, oh God. So yeah, this is the stress of a cancer diagnosis. This is the part of cancer diagnosis that they don't tell you about, is the scanxiety, the like stress of waiting for test results and waiting to see what your numbers are like. It's very, I don't think it's talked about as much until you're actually in the situation. So should this ever happen to you, emotionally prepare yourself that the scans and the waiting for the results are going to be supremely hard. It's the reality. So in any case, they decided to keep him for a few days to try to bring up his sodium levels because they don't want to do it like all at once. They want to do it gradually so he doesn't have any side effects, and then they have to make some adjustments to like his other meds and his blood pressure meds, and he's on a water pill, they're going to cut that, like, you know, all good stuff. So it's been a day. So anyway, all of my plans got derailed because I think this was at like 4 o'clock yesterday. Yesterday was just a day of things didn't go. My plan yesterday was work on planners, work on YouTube stuff, and do chores around the house all day, and that's it. And then my very dear friend Laura, who is also going through a cancer diagnosis right now, she works on the side as a photographer, and she was looking to get some photography jobs because she wanted to get some extra work in before she has to like go through all of her treatments and everything and be on medical leave. So she posted yesterday, hey, I'm off. Does anybody want to do a photo shoot? And I was like, I really wanted to get Layla Grace in for a photo shoot. So I was like, oh, my plan was originally spend all day doing planner stuff yesterday, and then today I was gonna go to Phipps to see their fall show. And obviously that didn't happen. So yesterday I was like, well, I don't have anything like that I need to do. I can put this stuff off. And it ended up being the best idea because I'm gonna post just like 2 photos, okay, maybe a couple more than 2, but like a couple photos right here of Layla's professional photos that Laura took. And I will link to her page below if you are in the Pittsburgh area and you need headshots, you need pet photography, you need family photos. She can do all of that. She's done weddings. She's fucking incredible. I don't know how, I swear to you, this dog did not look at the camera a single time while we were doing the photo shoot, and yet look at these pictures. Amazing, right? Amazing. So yeah, that was in the middle of the day. Get back from that, and I have the call from my mom that they're taking my dad to the ER, and then at the ER they're like, actually we just want to be on the safe side, so we're going to admit him. So like, it was a whirlwind of a fucking day, but got through it. Today it's been a little bit more of a whirlwind because we've been waiting for doctors. He had to see a nephrologist and all of that looked okay. They're going for more testing, like just doing all this precautionary stuff because his oncologist is the fucking best and does not leave anything to chance. And I love that about him. So, but it's been turbulent to say the least. So I got the basics onto here. This is like way more pastel than I normally go for the month of October. But I could not resist these little dogs and their costumes. They're just so fucking cute. I love it. Oh my god, I love it. Okay. Well, let me get my list out. There's my list. That's a lot of things. That's a lot. I'm gonna put in some stuff and then I'm gonna talk to you about some stuff. And I gotta talk to you about some other stuff too. We're gonna get to that stuff on the Wednesday, the stuff that I have to talk to you about, but I'm gonna do this stuff first. All right, I filled this in. Again, I fucking am obsessed with these pens, but they're just a little too thick. A little too thick. All right, Layla Grace's photo shoot was the big feature of the day, obviously. We had creamy shells and beef for dinner, husband cooked, thank God. I did a Richard Simmons tape because I was gonna do a Peloton and then I had to leave the house. And then these are my errands. I went to go to Trader Joe's. I had to go to Petco because Layla needed a new collar for the photo shoot. I edited her bark box video, which is up. I'll link it in the cards here. I did work on my wellness log and I did do a CE. And then I went to my parents' house. And I didn't put that in there. I feel like maybe I should. I'll just put it right here. So then that takes us to today. Today was spent fucking nonsense and buffoonery all day. That's all it was. Okay. I had to call the dentist, right? So last week I was supposed to go to the dentist. I've been working myself up for it forever, and it was like a big fucking production. And guess what happened? Guess what happened? Yes. No, you'll never guess. They called 2 days before my appointment and canceled it and said, the doctor that works there is not in my network. Which doesn't make any sense because literally they are the practice that is on my insurance card. So then I also found out that they don't do anything for anxious people. Like they really just don't do any kind of sedation dentistry or anything for anxious people. And I was like, In the end, after 2 hours on the phone today of calling places and trying to find somebody that's in my network, which is a very limited network, I couldn't find anything. And I ended up deciding that I'm just going to pay out of pocket to go to a place that does do sedation dentistry. They can do my cleaning and whatever work needs to be done all at once under sedation. Just need someone to drive me there, pick me up, boom. And I was like, I'll make it work. I have money in my HSA. I'll pick up extra shifts if I have to. Like, I'll figure it out. It's just the peace of mind of being able to go to a place that does sedation dentistry was worth it. So I feel like the fact that I was on the phone for so long deserves its own little box. So I'm gonna do that. It was like, I just want to avoid it. I don't want to go. And I'm proud of myself that I did. I mean, I didn't go yet, but I'm proud of myself that I did schedule it. You would think like I would have been like, oh, it was a sign that the other one was canceled. I must not want to go. But you know what? I was like, I gotta be a grown up. And that was like 11:30 to 1:30 p.m. Literally 2 hours. And then I was just like, whatever. Okay. The rest of what I did and I'm doing today, I have to film my plan with me, which I'm doing. I have to finish up my postcards for voters because I have to put those in the mail tonight. And then edit the plan with me. And then we're going to the cage tonight. We would have gone last night, but obviously that didn't happen. So I basically need like, I'm gonna do this. I think I have 3 things in here. I like pre-cut these because I was thinking I was gonna do a thing and then I ended up not doing a thing. Watch me end up needing more than 3. Hopefully tonight we'll watch a movie when we get back, but I don't know. I don't know how late we'll be at the cage. Last time we were there like a lot later than we expected, and I don't know what to do about fitness. I'm just gonna put a blank thing in there for fitness because I gotta do something, but I don't know what. We were theoretically gonna do the next day of MBF, but I don't know. I might wanna wait and do that on Thursday instead. So, all right, then tomorrow I go back to work, and that's my work rotation beginning again. So I have these little things that say work. I think I'm gonna put them on here. These. Whoa, that is crooked AF. Whoa. Jeez. Yeah, because I work 4 days and there are 4 of these. So I'm gonna just put these down now. Look at that. Work, 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 work. Yeah. Oh, that's the worst looking 9 I've ever made. Wednesday is important because Wednesday is Powersheets Cultivate What Matters launch day. This is important, okay? And this is what I'm going to talk about in here. So, Cultivate What Matters is this website, this thing that does the Powersheets. You've heard of the Powersheets. I've talked about Powersheets. You've probably seen videos about Powersheets. They launch on Wednesday for the new year, for 2021, right? So what's cool about this is that the Powersheets launch and all their accessories, etc. Your awesome videos. If you want to check out Cindy's video or you want to check out Lakin's video, they both have put up really comprehensive, good reviews of what the new Powersheets look like with a side-by-side comparison of last year's or this current year, so 2020 and 2021. But what's really cool is they do this thing called Cultivate Your Year Live. It's fucking expensive. It is like a one-day conference. I think it's in North Carolina, I want to say. And it was like $500 or more last year, right? I thought deeply and seriously about going. And honestly, if it had been like $250, I might have thought about it. But then like factor in flying down there and all that stuff. Well, anyway, on that day, you do your Powersheets prep work. So, okay. I was gonna do a whole separate video about this. And I sat down earlier today to do it, and I realized like I have never done this on my channel, and I think like starting in October, even though it'd be cool to do a video about it because the launch date is tomorrow and I could put it out today and people could use it as a reference, I don't think that I could do it justice by just jumping in right there, because I'd have to go through all the prep work that I've already done, and like it just was like, no, you know what, I will start doing a monthly Powersheets video on my channel in January. So in any case, these are the Powersheets, right? So they're a goal setting planner. They're not actually like a planner that they don't have like the weekly spreads or the daily spreads, but here's the overview. I figured I'd just throw it in with my Plan With Me because it's probably gonna appeal to people who watch Plan With Me's, right? So it is about setting intentional goals, and it sets it up in a really awesome way. So to give you an idea, you put your name and you put the day that you started. You have all this prep work to do, okay? To give you an idea of the prep work, this is how many pages of prep work it is, okay? All of this, right? That's a lot of work. So they do this thing called Cultivate Your Year Live, where they go through it in a dedicated day, and you would do it in person and sit at a table with a bunch of other planners and, you know, have speakers and, you know, have going through it. It's gonna be virtual this year. If you get it on launch day, if you sign up for it on launch day, which is on Wednesday, it's $49. This like $500+ I mean, I know it's not the same as being there and making friends and having, you know, traveling and all that stuff. I get that, but to help you get through the prep portion, which is the longest part of this, I think it's really like definitely worth the $49 if you're going to commit to doing the Powersheets. So I think the Powersheets are $60, and then if you on launch day sign up for Cultivate Your Year Live, it is December 7th. It's a Monday. It happens to be my Monday off, so that's perfect for me. But if you are working that day or you can't make it that day, it's also, you can watch it live or watch the live replay on your own time. So don't feel like you have to commit to actually being there that day, but if you can be there, it'll be even better because you'll be going through it live with all these other people. So it'll be like, you know, the best thing we can do in 2020. So in any case, if you get it after launch day, it's $99, which is still a fucking good deal, but $49. So you would get your Powersheets, which are $60, and that, which is $49 for like $110, you would get both things. So I was not a sticker user for this. I didn't like follow terrifically well the goal layout, and I'm gonna try to do that in 2021, but I think I was just like so all over the place and like trying to, at the beginning of the year, just trying to like get back into goal setting and what does it look like, because my 2019 Powersheets I really kind of blew off. So you start with your goal ideas. You put down like, what do you want to cultivate in the year ahead? What comes to mind when you first think about 2020? Haha, all these good ideas. Look, travel. Oh, run 1,500 miles. Yeah. So you put down like ideas that things that you want to do. California trip, that would have been nice. Did get a new carpet and new desk chairs. Did those things. Then you go through a bunch of different things like about yourself, what fires me up, like things that make you feel twice as alive. So the next page, I'm going to flip ahead to a blank one because this part can get kind of personal. you do it quarterly, you do a goal refresh. So this was the spring one, but this is what the thing is. And so you rank where you are on health, friends, spouse, significant other, family, finances, spiritual and personal growth, work, and recreation. So you rank each of these on a 10-point scale. Then you give your explanation of why you gave that rating. So I do it like plus and minuses. Like, so for example, if I was going to do health, I would say like plus I get at least 6 hours of sleep a night, minus I have muscle aches, plus I work out every day, minus I'm not at my goal weight, like something like that. Like, you don't have to do plus and minus. I choose to do that because my friend LJ and I in college used to do plus and minus lists on our live journals all the time, and so I just kind of carried that over to this. But this kind of gives you the basis of like areas that you need to work on or that you want to work on, and you say like what I'm saying yes to and what I'm saying no to. So that's a big page. After you do what fires me up, you do some more stuff about finding out like what's important to you, what matters to you, and that's the whole thing. Cultivate what matters, and so you don't get caught up in like things that are on your to-do list that aren't super significant. So they talk about the big picture. Where do you want to be when you're 80 or 90? And so you say what will matter to you then and what will not matter to you then. And that kind of helps you get a better idea. You think about the future and like what you want to be, what you want to accomplish. And then more prep. You choose a word of the year, which I can show this because I posted this on my Instagram. Ha ha ha. That was funny. And then like some other like worksheets that you work through, and then you get to your goal section, right? So you basically try to get 8 goals, right? So here were my 8 goals to start the year. Edit all the photos, revive the blog, eat healthier, declutter, grow my YouTube channel, create routines, cultivate my garden and yard, and run all the miles, right? So these were like my overarching goals. Like I wanted to get my photo edits complete. I wanted to get my house decluttered. I wanted to create like my morning and evening routine, those kinds of things. So then you do more in-depth work on these. So you take each goal, come up with an action plan, and then you come up with some mini goals that go along with it, dates and times. Like they always say, write in the when. Like it just really breaks down your goals. Like it's fucking awesome. I'm going way more in depth than I had planned on going, but I just really like the Powersheets. And I want to put a caveat in here too, because if you start researching these things, you're going to see that Laura Casey is a Christian and religion is a big part of life for her. And she talks about it on her podcast, she talks about it in her blog and things like that. And so I have seen people ask questions in planner groups about, are these religious goal setting guides? So no, they're not. They themselves are not. Now she does sell on the Cultivate What Matters website, she does sell some Christian-based things. Like I think it's called Write the Word, where you it's like a Bible study kind of journal thing. I don't really, as a non-Christian, I don't really know. I think it's like you read a passage from the Bible and then you reflect on it, I think, but don't quote me on that because I don't know. But in any case, I, as a non-Christian, did not feel like Jesus out, like if that makes sense. So I do think the Powersheets themselves are secular. And so if that's a concern that you're reading it, because I had the same concern too, because I was like, oh God, is this going to be something like am I going to not fit in here? But it really is secular. And you can take it to, it talks about spiritual growth, but you can take that however you want. And so like for me, my spiritual growth portions are like, I want to dedicate time to being outside. I want to dedicate time to working in my garden. Like those are things for me that are the spiritual thing. It doesn't have to be going to church or reading the Bible or whatever. So don't be scared off by that if you're reading stuff online that makes it sound like it has a Christian thing to it. Laura Casey, who does it, who runs this company, does have that to her, but it's not something that comes out and is forced upon you in the Powersheets. You can be there. I'm actually in a secular Powersheets Facebook group, and it's for everybody who is not a Christian who does the Powersheets. So like, don't be freaked out by that. But anyway, all of this to say, Powersheets launch day is Wednesday. And if you have like goals, I highly, highly recommend it. It's really just, it's goal setting in a way that I've never experienced before. Like it's not fucking SMART goals from college that make you just want to like ram your head into the wall because you're so tired of hearing about them. Like it really gets at the heart of like, why is this important? Like, yeah, so for example, we'll look at my edit all the photos thing, which I did achieve. I did get to my goal of this year. I accomplished that. So it has you do, what is your goal, for this? And then why is that important? So I said, I want to edit all the photos because memories and photographs are so important to me. I love having them available and curated. I like to be able to be like, oh God, remember that day that we blah, 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 and I can find it. So to me, it was like really important to have them all organized, edited, so I can scrapbook, so I can memory keep, whatever. You know, the positive effects taking action on this goal may have on me and others. What's at stake if I don't start this goal? Think about where you are now and where you want to be at the end of the year and what needs to happen in between. Like, it really breaks your goals down in a way that makes them make sense. It's more feely emotions than it is technical, clinical, like a SMART goal. Like a SMART goal is it can feel very non-personal. It can feel very rigid, and I felt like this was much better. It reached me on my level much better. So I do really love the Powersheets, and I have not felt like my paganism has been encroached upon by doing it, because it does have the CEO of the company is Christian. Like, I didn't feel like it was forced upon me in any way, but I do know that there are, like, if that's something that you are interested in, if you want to explore Christian faith, there is definitely information out there and material. But if you look on YouTube, there will be videos. So in any case, it comes down to this tending list. You do your you set monthly action items, weekly action items, and daily action items. Now for the new one, I believe that they have gotten rid of some of the weekly action and added more daily action. So that's kind of good, because the weekly ones, I think a lot of us feel like the weekly ones are the hardest to accomplish. But what you theoretically should be doing, which I have not done much this year, I think I started out this way, and then when things got derailed, I kind of abandoned it. But you can do color coding, and you can do when I did my goal refresh, so I did a different color for every single thing. And what I did was if it was the same goal, like this one, revive the blog, we still didn't do that. I still am just fucking struggling to make time for this. So I kept that. I said original and now, same thing. And then for the other ones I did, original was edit all the photos, and then now maintain the photos. Now that I've gotten to my point where I edit them, now my goal is to maintain them. So theoretically, what you would do is whatever color you coded each one of these, then you would put your action items that support these in here. I didn't exactly do that because I'm kind of a little bit all over the place this year, but I am planning to do it more that way next year when I have a better handle on my life. So this was the very long interruption in the middle of my plan with me to tell you that I do think if you are a planner human who likes setting goals and has goals, it doesn't have to be huge goals. It could be working on your YouTube channel, or doing your planner, or memory keeping, or working in your, anything like that. There are a lot of good videos on YouTube. Just look for Powersheets and you'll find awesome stuff. Cindy does always do awesome videos. Lakin always does awesome videos. Both of them have done reviews of the new Powersheets that drop tomorrow. So that's a good place to start. But I recommend them. I'm gonna definitely sign up and buy mine, and I'm gonna do the Cultivate Your Year live virtual tomorrow. So anyway, I forget what the fuck the rest of my week looks like because I was talking for so long. Gosh. That's the big thing for tomorrow. And then I have to start editing my intern's assignments because she just finished up and I have to do that. I'm gonna put in something for food and workout. Food, we're supposed to be having, I'll do this one here. I did meal plan. You want me to talk longer about another thing? Because I can talk about my meal planner. I do have a plum paper meal planner, which I love. Isn't that cute? It's so cute. Right, so we're gonna do, what we did was last week we did a freezer inventory, and before I meal planned on Wednesday night, we did a freezer inventory, found out everything that we had in there, and then I meal planned based off of using things that are in the freezer. So wings and tater tots is what it is tomorrow. I did not meal plan Thursday and Friday because I had a rough time meal planning, even though you would think because I did this extra step of doing the freezer inventory that I'd be oh my gosh, I have so much to look forward to, but I don't know, my fucking brain, a story of 2020. The only other food thing that I have planned, right here because I'll forget by the time I get there, is turkey chili on Sunday. Okay. Then tomorrow I do need to start some put. Aha! I'm gonna put this. the bottom half of that thing that I started using. Oh, but I gotta put a movie in here too, so I'm not gonna use this. Never mind. You'll definitely watch a movie. All right, let me set that down then. I think these stickers are adorable, but I will not get them again for next year because that is not enough real estate to write movie titles in there. It's just not. Okay. That's gonna be for the workout. We'll see. If my girls are running tomorrow night, I might return to running tomorrow night, as long as it doesn't rain. We shall see. Okay, but I do need to start editing my vlog, so I'll just put this down. I've been starting to edit vlogs on Wednesday, and that seems to help. And then when Thursday comes, then it's less work and I can get it up on Thursday. More likely to do that. Okay, finish vlog, 2 scenes. All right, I'm gonna jump ahead to this area because I need to put down my daily stuff here. And I'm gonna do this as you've seen me do it before. Alright, so my 4 habits that I'm tracking this week that I want to do every day is my fucking hooray, which I did. Ooh. There's an extra box there. I actually did all of these things yesterday. No, I didn't do my bullet journal yet. That's right. So I want to do my fucking hooray, my planner check-in, my bullet journal, and my wellness log. The fucking hooray is I bought a notebook. I think I talked about this. For the last 100 days of the year, and I wanted to just write down like good things that happen each day and then ideas for memory keeping. So I actually did mine for last night. Woo-hoo! Good job, Fox. So yeah, all right. I don't really have very much to add for the rest of the week here. I have like some fitness ideas on here. I have, see some other things I need to do. Check into my Spark team Wednesday through Sunday. And then the days that I think we'll have wine with our movies. Like tonight, if we do watch a movie, we're not gonna have wine with it because we'll have like a vodka with dinner, and I just don't think I'll be able to have wine when I get home. So I'm gonna put the movies in, leave some empty spaces everywhere else, and then I'll fill those out. Saturday, like ideally, we would like to go over and stay with my parents as long as my dad's home from the hospital and feeling better. So that would be like peak idealness if that can happen, but I'm not going to put anything in. And then Sunday, we are going to make turkey chili. I'll put in workouts, and I will put in a space for a workout and a space for a meal. That all looks good. And then I wanted to use this little doggy here, but she takes up too much space, so I want to not use these little spiders, but I think I have to destroy the absolute everything. I'm sorry, spiders. It's nothing personal, just you're not a dog. Aw, geez, don't even look at it. Turn away. Here we go. What a good baby. Okay. Alright, I think that's all I have in me. I think that's all there is. Okay. I'll keep these to the side if I need them. Yeah, the only thing I didn't get to fit in here was I need more habit trackers, and I think I need to buy just a kit of habit trackers and like put them in so I have them. Like, I think that's gonna be what it comes down to, because a lot of these kits have, like the one I just showed you that I actually like did on my own, like they don't have the other kind of habit trackers, or they have one habit tracker and like I track more than one habit. Just trying to remember the shit that like I have to do day to day. Sometimes it's very fucking hard. Do you feel me? Do you know what I'm talking about? So, right, cool. So this is a lot to be filled out, but you know what? Since I'm going to be touching my planner daily with my planner check-in, we should be good to go. Also, I just want to mention one thing. I got taken in by the YouTube, the enticing YouTube shopping thing, and I bought the Dazzle Dry nail system because it promises that your nails will stay good for 7 days, blah, blah, and I was like, yeah, fucking right, well, I'll try it. I got a coupon, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I did my nails on Friday afternoon. Look at them. It is now Tuesday afternoon. That is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That is 4 full days later, and like there's like one little tiny chip here and one right here, and that's it. Like, it's magnificent. Believe the hype. I'm so hard on my nails. Usually they last like maybe 2 days at most, and they're like so beautiful. So anyway, that's my other. None of this is fucking sponsored by any of the people I'm talking about. I just like to share things that I like. So here's the week. Lots to fill out as the week goes on. It's a week of ups and downs and, you know, shit. Learning shit. Thinking about shit. I hope that your October is going awesome. I hope that you are registered to vote. I did finally request my ballot today. I was going to vote in person because I volunteered to work the polls and nobody has called me back, so I didn't want to take a chance, so I did request a mail ballot. So yeah, register to vote. Please take care of each other and yourselves. And subscribe if you're new here. I do publish videos at least twice a week. I've been pretty good about the 3rd video so far this month. And I will see you all in my next video on Thursday. Take care. Bye.